Flip Flappers episode 3 was a really damn good episode. Not only did it feel like it was Mad Max X Kill la Kill because of just the animation design and how over the top it was very similar to when you watched a fight scene in Kill la Kill. It even had some Dragon Ball-esque animation styles when they're going almost Super Saiyan in the air fighting, but it just really felt like you were in the world of Mad Max. It was really damn entertaining, and why I like Flip Flappers so much is not only are the characters entertaining, the worlds are so different and unique. And you may be saying, well, didn't you just say it was Mad Max and Kill la Kill? That's not different or unique. When was the last time we really had an episode that kind of felt like we're in the world of Mad Max, but it had the insane quality and, tropes and quirks that Kill la Kill had? I don't know any myself, but this is why I like Flip Flappers so much. It's such an entertaining series. The animation and art direction is some of the best I have ever seen. I think Drifters is definitely one of the best looking anime I've ever seen, but in terms of artistic design and direction, Flip Flappers definitely takes the cake for me for best animation of the season. I love everything about this, from the color palette they use to the movements to the animation designs. In terms of the fight sequences, it's freaking amazing. I love this episode so much, but it was kind of interesting starting off seeing Paprika just laying there thirsty, like, she got thrown into this world of pure illusion and had who knows how long without any food or water, and she gets saved by these almost like Star Wars-esque looking characters. And it was just kind of interesting seeing just how kind of destroyed their world was. They are very low on supplies with water and everything like this, and then we have this like biker gang come in and just is tearing up the place, and Paprika is just flicking them off like it's nobody's business. I mean, watching her just kind of overthrow this giant mammoth, and this is where it really started feeling like Kill la Kill to me, just in terms of how it was shot, like, someone overarching you, like, much bigger than they really are, kind of a thing. It was really interesting seeing that, but then seeing Coconut actually being controlled with this helmet, and they had to fight one another, and I thought it was really interesting how their battle was shot, because it was so fast-paced, and this is, like, so Kill la Kill Gurren Lagann design in terms of its animation style. It was damn freaking good, to say the least. Really, this world is quite interesting, and taking a look at, next week's preview, it seems like we're getting into more of like a Hawaiian world or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I really like this world's design the most. Of the 3 worlds we've seen so far, this is definitely the most interesting one to me, not just because it was so basic in a lot of ways, it was just interesting seeing the characters in this world, as it was pretty basic. It was just a sand world. It was very kind of Mad Max looking, but seeing the different, character designs and everything like that, and kind of these gangs that are kind of just pillaging the water and supplies that are out there, that just really kind of hooked me. And also, we get to see the magical girl side of this episode, as when Paprika does break, Coconut free and she has a potato, and I like the whole dynamic there where she's eating this potato and this one guy is just saying, that's exactly what this potato would do, you would go insane. But I really liked, she fed it to also Coconut, and then they both do this like magical girl transformation. I was talking to one of my friends, and this was one of the issues he had. This was the only real issue he had with the episode, was it felt like we skipped an episode and we didn't learn how they could learn how to do that. And for myself, I didn't really think of it at first, but once I kind of thought of it, I just assumed that when they entered pure illusion, after last week's episode, they get thrown into it, it probably just came to them, or at least it came to Paprika, because Paprika seems to me like she is a character who was designed to lure these girls into these worlds, collect these crystals, and if they die, she gets another one, and she probably doesn't even know that, but it seems to me like she knows what she needs to do in the world, and probably just knows when to use it, or just kind of kicks in like a automated system. And in terms of Coconut, I feel like either when she had that mask on or when she just entered pure illusion, it also came to her. That's kind of how I saw it. But I mean, I'm sure down the line we're going to get a proper explanation on how this transformation works, and maybe they work differently per world, something like that. But it didn't bother me for sure, but that's kind of how I assumed it was working. But I mean, I'm sure, later down the line we'll see how these magical girl transformations work, if they're limited to certain worlds, if they're limited to conditions. Definitely time will tell, but I didn't think it was a huge issue myself. But something that definitely happened sooner than I was expecting is one of Coconut's friends is already in this world and actually stole the crystal, but it seems like they're on the opposite side of the one that, trapped Coconut and Paprika in this world after last week, which, it's shot in a way to make her look like she's on the antagonist side, but I do think both sides are probably evil in their own way, and I don't think either one's right, but I do assume that this friend is probably gonna bite the dust soon, either in next world, the world after. At some point I feel like she's going to die, and that's when it's gonna kind of twist and say, this is much darker than it's originally letting on with its general, aesthetic and design and everything like that. But the episode was overall just pure entertainment. entertainment, pure fun and enjoyment. I mean, from start to finish, it was just like, what type of world are we in? Are we gonna go into a more slow pace? Nope, we're gonna go into insane action Kill la Kill style, fighting people, throwing it around, and seriously, there was Dragon Ball-esque vibes to it when they're flying around the air punching each other. It almost looked like Paprika herself went Super Saiyan. I mean, this was pure entertainment, but did set up a lot. This pure illusion is insane. There's so many possibilities, and I question what each side is truly trying to do, because we know on Paprika's side, you know, the one who sent her after Coconut, it seems like they want to liberate pure illusion. What does this other side want to do? Do they want to destroy pure illusion? Well, I feel like both sides are corrupt in their own way. Like, seriously, I don't see how either one of them are good. I mean, at the start of episode 1, it seemed like one of these girls died from one of these worlds, and now they're just shifting over to Coconut. So it feels like both sides are corrupt in their own way. Maybe this side does have, you know, pure goals, but maybe they're doing it in an inhumane way, something like that. But I feel like what's ultimately going to end up happening with this series is probably Coconut is going to have these crystals by the end, and maybe they can grant a wish, and I feel like, you know, she's going to be the deciding factor on what happens. But I do think Paprika was made to just lure these girls, but she doesn't know it, and I feel like she's going to snap out of it, and she'll, you know, gain her own sense of humanity because of Coconut. Something like that's going to happen. I mean, there's definitely these Yuri undertones. I mean, you know, Paprika just saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. It's kind of cute, but it's really innocent, you know, Yuri undertone. I don't see anything major going on with it. If it does, you know, who cares? But I love this episode. This was definitely the most entertaining episode of Flip Flappers, and just confirms that this is my anime of the season. I love every minute of it. It's so creative, it's so unique, and just is so different from anything else this year. Like, it has Kyoso Giga, it has, you know, Fooly Cooly, it has Kaiba vibes. There's so many different vibes it has, but it's also doing its own thing with its own magical girl twist. Like, it's so bizarre, it's so entertaining, it's so funny. This episode was awesome. I love the world, I love the design, I love the new characters we got introduced to, especially, you know, that bad bitch who was controlling Coconut. It was all entertaining, and I can't wait to see what next week's brings, because based on the preview, I didn't get a clear, you know, vision of what this world truly is going to be like. It seems a little basic, seems like it's a more Hawaiian vibe, unless, you know, it's something completely different, but we'll have to wait and see what it goes for. But hey, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Did you love this episode? Was this your favorite episode of Flip Flappers so far? Or do you like one of the earlier worlds better than this? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and as always, hit that like button if you did enjoy the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content like this and so much more. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.